Hey there, I'm Rich Fowler, and I get the privilege of being your front door as we ride across the country with Team Hurricane, start to finish, on a big yacht transport. They've got a 55-foot Sunseeker yacht that we're going to ride along as they transport it from one side of the country to another. Where are we going? Just one of the most beautiful places in the country, Lake Tahoe, California. You think you know how hard the Fenberg family works? You think you know what it takes to plan, adapt, improvise, and overcome all the obstacles that they're going to face delivering a big yacht like this? You have no idea. But you will. Let's roll.
Said we can't make it.
Who said that?
Everybody.
A successful cross-country yacht transport starts with hours of preparation, weeks in advance, and that's why we find Ian in his office, fresh off a successful port-to-dealership transport just a day ago, turning his full attention to a possible Lake Tahoe run. And just like a normal day, the phone just keeps ringing.
Ron, Jefferson Beach.
Is calling for Marine Transport team member. To accept, press 1. To send the voicemail, press...
Good afternoon, this is Ian speaking.
Hey, Ian, it's Ron at Jefferson Beach.
Hey Ron, how's it going?
We're going well today on that 55 Sunseeker to Tahoe. We're a go.
It's a go. Okay, all right, cool.
Now, the question is, the owner wants it before the 4th of July. Can you do it?
I think we could have it out there by the 26th or the 27th of June. That's probably conservatively going to be our best shot, I would think.
The cart, or yacht in this case, is in front of the horse. Although Ian has a signed contract from Ron, a pickup date, and a delivery target, he still doesn't have a deposit. And as of now, the buyer still hasn't bought the boat. He's scheduled to fly to Wisconsin just 7 days before it's scheduled to load, to sea trial and survey, then close the deal.
Does that include the aquatic inspection?
Well, no. I guess I have to figure out where are we going for that, and is there an appointment or do we just show up? I guess we need to know that. That's going to be pretty important.
All right, I don't know the answer to that. I'm going to have to get with the buyer and find that out.
Okay, all right. Either give me a call back on that or have him call me. I've talked to him before. Really nice guy.
All right, we'll communicate by email.
All right. Thanks, Ron. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Hey, gang, let's play it smart out there tonight. Let's get a lot of work
Hello, this is Ian.
Hey, I am Tony in Tahoe.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
I'm good. Getting better. We got that aquatic inspection set up. It does need to be inspected. We're headed to Myers Inspection Station. That's where all the boats go coming to South Lake Tahoe. June 28th, 8 a.m.
All right, June 28th, 8 a.m. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let me do a little research, and I'll get back with you. Probably not today, but probably tomorrow, or give me a call tomorrow. We'll figure this out.
Can do.
All right, thanks, Tony.
Ian needs some accurate intel, so he calls his good friend Jim Tiefel.
Hey, Jim, how's it going? So, hey, thanks for calling back. I have a question. You were out at South Lake Tahoe, or South Tahoe Keys, I guess is where it is. Where did you get inspected? Because we're going out there as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. So you barely got out of there. Were you stretched at all? Okay. You could barely do it. I'm like, we're gonna be a lot longer and a lot lower to the ground than you were. So, okay. All right. No, I appreciate it, Jim. What's the chances of you being out there a month ahead of us? I mean, that's you couldn't ask for better intel than that. So.
Not a fan of Google's constant spying, Google Earth is nevertheless a yacht transporter's best friend.
Let's play it smart out there tonight. Let's do a lot of work from you guys. Get your heads in the ice out there.
Hello, this is Ian.
Hey, Ian, it's Tony about the inspection.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Good, bud.
Hey, I was looking, and I've talked to a friend that was out there. There's no way we can get into the Myers watercraft inspection station. It's just too small. We can't make the turns. You're gonna see when we're loaded, we're gonna be stretched out, and we're just not gonna be able to get in there.
So Myers is out.
Myers is out. Yeah.
Okay, then our only option is Alpine Meadows then.
So that's up on the north side of the lake, and I guess we're gonna have to come in and get inspected and then go back out into Nevada, and because we're routed to come to you on the south side of the lake.
Yeah, California won't accept a Nevada inspection.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. You just read my mind. There's a Spooner Summit is on our route, but they won't let us go there for an inspection. It's the same lake.
Not the same state.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, well, I guess it's Alpine Meadows then. That's where we're going.
Okay, I'll get that set up. While I've got you, I did not get a boat reserved for you and your team, however. It's too expensive.
Oh, well, what's too expensive?
Don't worry about it. I've got a 27-foot Malibu ski boat. I want you guys to take it and enjoy the lake on me.
Are you sure we can't take your boat, Tony?
You can, and I insist. It never gets used anyway. It needs to get out and get run around. You're my guest.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Wow. Well, we appreciate that, because we are definitely going to need some downtime out there after this trip. So.
Bring me my boat.
All right, Tony. We're working on it. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye. Good afternoon. This is Ian speaking. Hey, Ron. How are you? I'm doing good. All right. Yeah, I know. Did you tell them that the boat's only been in freshwater for 10 days? They don't care. Yeah, well, it's California. So, okay. Yeah, Alpine Meadows, 28th, 8 a.m. Okay. You're going to have your text there. Okay. Well, that'll probably help with the inspection. Okay. Well, hey, Ron, here's the issue I wanted to, here's the issue. So we have to go into California now on 80, and we have to cross the Truckee scales, which if we didn't have to go to Alpine Meadows, we wouldn't have had to cross those. So there's also an inspection station there. So we're going to have to go through the scales, through that inspection station, and then down to Alpine Meadows to get inspected. Okay. All right. But yeah, we can't get to South Lake Tahoe from there, so we have to go back to Reno and then south to Carson City and down. Yep. Well, that's going to be Yeah. Well, there's gonna be a lot of extra miles. I don't know what time we're gonna have involved, and now we have to buy an extra California and Nevada permit.
America's western states, especially California, spend millions of dollars trying to keep zebra mussels and other invasive species out of their waterways. This process and the appointment time for it will be a burr under the team's saddle from now on.
Oh, California, here we come.
The prep work, as much as Ian could get done, is finished. It's time to start this adventure. You may be wondering, why didn't Team Hurricane pick up the Sunseeker somewhere along Lake Erie in Ohio? The answer is simple. It's just too tall. Generally speaking, the State of Ohio Permit Office won't allow an oversized load to travel in the state that's higher than 15 feet 8 inches tall. The same is true for Michigan. So the boat just kept motoring along until it landed at Southport Marina in Kenosha, Wisconsin. And that is where the boys' journey west will begin.
We're going to be loading this 55 Sunseeker Predator here in just a minute. So what we're doing now is we're getting the trailer ready.
Ready to get this done.
Oh, fuck me.
I dropped the roller on my foot. It weighs about 30 pounds, so I suggest not to do it. I think I broke my toe, and it's already bruising up right there. It's not good, but we're hockey players, so we'll battle out.
Yep. Oh, yep. I got the trailer air dumped. Are you still airing up?
I'm not hearing you at all.
It's our radio station. That's what it's at.
No. 40. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you now.
All right. Are the pins out?
Yep, pins are out. You're good to go.
Measure that.
Yeah, that one. Yep. Forward half an inch. I'm off over here. Yeah. Just barely.
Right there.
Hold that. Pull forward nice and easy. We're going to leave the pins in so it slides in. Like 1/4 of an inch. Keep going. One more bump.
I'm in.
Yeah, we're in.
We just stretched the trailer out 10 feet to accommodate this big boat. We're going to try and get it as low as possible. So we're just putting our spacers in to take up the gap between the inner beam and the outer beam of the trailer. And we're hanging our air lines so they don't drag on the ground. And in just a second, the travel lift is going to pick up this boat and put it on here. So we'll be back with you here in just shortly.
Makes you feel any better. I've cut myself open 3 times this morning.
How the fuck did you do that in the gas station?
I was getting the pack of water and they had a like a road sign in the window. As soon as I grabbed that case of water, it fell down, sliced me right open.
I have a feeling we're not going to have to tighten these. We're going to go to as far as we can with the swim platform here. This is the first time being stretched that the strap won't be in the gap. You watch that chine, Tom. I'll watch this side. Let's come down a little closer.
I got the bow.
This boat's not wide enough for how big it is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're off because that's over the trailer. This isn't.
Huh?
Because that swim platform is over the trailer.
Oh, so we got to go that way?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're going to need to stretch the trailer a little farther.
Okay. Are you
So
able to do that with the boat over it? I can just raise it really high up?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. So we're going to go another 2.5 feet to get that point of the trailer out here. So it's not so close, and then we can get it just a little bit lower. So yeah, if you just want to come up about 2 or 3 feet, we'll do what we need to do here. So what's going on here is we stretched the trailer 10 feet. We wanted to have the swim platform removed so we could bring the boat closer to the truck. They didn't want to do that. It would have saved us 3 feet. So now we're going to stretch the trailer another 2.5 feet to get the bow away from where the trailer comes together right here. And that'll give us more length, which stinks for corners, but we'll be able to get the boat lower on the truck, which again, if you remember from our last videos, the most important thing. So we're gonna stretch the trailer and then we're gonna try it again.
Cross, the youngest member of the team, is really coming into his own.
So the trailer has the airbags on it, which allow the trailer to go up and down. So the trailer builds up air pretty slow. So just to speed the process up, there's this bleed valve on the truck up here. And when we flip that switch, it allows the trailer to go up significantly faster to save us a few minutes, just to get the job done a little quicker.
My toe hurts. I dropped that on my toe.
That's all right. Coming down. Man, we're sorry to take up. It's all right. Freaking going to California. Yeah. We got to do it right. God only knows what we're going to get into. My guy will get it. There's a tunnel for the shaft. We can get to it.
Don't make promises.
When he said my guy, he wasn't talking about me.
No, I know. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Can you sneak up in there?
How far?
To the third cross member?
Maybe. Yeah, I'll go in there.
Everything looks great. We're just gonna send him in. We're gonna try and get one more block a little closer to the engines. And then he'll stay in there and pull the pin for it.
Give me this. And a piece of plywood. You just drop it or throw it up in a minute.
All right, watch it. We're gonna take the rest of the weight here.
Let me get out.
Wait, that pin's right behind. Can you get to that pin?
Yeah, but I'll crawl back in.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't want to be under it when he sets all this down.
That's dirty.
Yeah, everything's dirty
With
now.
all of the weight of the boat down on the blocks and pads of the trailer, it's time to see how good Ian is at math.
Go up. Right there.
Hey, twist it.
16.3. Where we at? Wow.
John Givens, Ian's 8th grade math teacher, used to say that math was money in your pocket. Looks like Ian just proved him right.
Do you guys have a scissor lift that we can use to get up there? No, we don't need it right now. We'll get out of the way, but we just want to, because we're gonna put some protective stuff up over the top. Plus, double check this.
Recall the conversation that Ian had with the dealership during his prep time for this trip. He asked if the swim platform could be removed to reduce the overall length of the boat. After consulting with their technicians, it was decided to leave the platform on. And well, here are the consequences of that decision. Let's let Ian explain.
So it's loaded. They just cut the straps. So that means it's ours. There's no going back. So we have an issue. Not much of an issue, but here I'll show you. So this right here is where the motors are. So there's big diesels sitting right here, right in the middle of our span. So we would like to have had them a little bit farther this way. So we asked the dealership if they could have pulled 4 pins on this swim platform that goes down in the water. It's a submersible swim platform. So if they could have pulled this off, we could have made some racking, put it up here on our gooseneck. That would have been enabled us to bring the boat towards the truck another 4, maybe 5 feet. That would have brought the weight of the engines closer to the truck axles. So now it's sitting right in the middle. The manufacturer of the trailer says, try not to do that. Well, we don't have any choice now, so it's ours. We'll make do. But when we ask people to do stuff, it's not just to have them do it or spend money. There's a reason. And so here's the result of not doing it. So anyway, it's all good.
With the travel lift straps disconnected and the boat loaded on the trailer, the always courteous Team Hurricane carefully maneuvered the truck out of the way so the marina can continue its daily operations, while the boys go to work strapping the yacht to the trailer and laying protective gear over the top of the boat.
So we got loaded pretty easy this morning. With a boat this size, it is challenging. Even the smallest things are big when you handle a boat like this, but it went really smooth this morning. We just had to adjust a couple pads and stretch the trailer another 2.5 feet. When we got it loaded, it wasn't as low as we'd like, and the trailer comes to a V, so the bow could sit right in the middle there, and it was too close, so we go ahead and stretch the trailer another 2.5 feet. Not a big deal, but just something we had to do to make it sit down there lower to get our height down. And but it was really good load, really smooth load. These guys here are super good, and they got a great lift for us, and it made the job a lot easier for us. We have these big PVC poles over here. They're roughly 20 feet long. It's just electrical PVC. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the scissor lift up, and I'm going to take probably all of these actually, and go ahead and tape them to the top of the boat. That way when we get into wires, those poles will help guide the wires right over the boat instead of hooking onto the wings or lights or whatever else is on top of the boat. So it just kind of helps guide things along with trees, just anything that we can get into, just kind of helps it just go over top of the boat rather than hit the boat itself or grab onto something like that and cause damage to the boat.
Using the
Right
marina's
there.
scissor lift and a $2 level, Cross makes one final check of the overall height of the boat. Nothing is more important than knowing the height, and there's no better way to be accurate than to be 16 feet in the air.
16.3.
Big end goes in first. Sometimes it slips out if she's really wet.
Fucking Tom.
Put this one in. Alright, cool. And then see if this loop will go around the whole thing.
As the securement operation continues, Ian has to change hats and get some office work done. From his mobile office, of course.
You do help him with these, I gotta make a quick phone call.
Yeah. Except they're not put together.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know how to do that.
I'll do it. Nothing. When I'm climbing around up here, I gotta be really careful. This boat's all glass up top, so I'm trying not to shatter that, but I've got to get these poles taped up here, so I'm just kind of crawling around and really trying to spread my weight out so there's not too much in one spot. I don't want to end up inside the boat.
There's an extra piece of string there I cut for that.
Perfect.
You want it?
Am I tying it or back to you?
The back?
Teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
The boat is loaded, strapped down, with protective gear installed. Now comes the most important, yet rarest part of the day. Lunch.
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 That's it. We're all done. So we get on the road. So see how it goes.
We said that's a wrap, Corbin. Put the shit away.
All right, so we're in Kenosha, and I think in 2021 or 2020, this is where the racial riots were, and they had burned just about the whole city. And this is where Kyle Rittenhouse was famously self-defending himself and got in a lot of trouble up here. But yeah, that's where we're at. Kenosha is where all that stuff happened, and it was a pretty big deal. They basically burnt the whole city down. So.
Being a small business, Team Hurricane always tries to eat at local establishments to support other small businesses. And you can never have a bad pizza.
Pace yourself. We're going through Reno.
Yeah, you're right. We are. Well, that went fast.
Tom's luck hasn't changed much in Wisconsin.
That was quick.
With the pressure of a cross-country transport looming, the captain gives his team the afternoon off while he gets more work done in his room. Since the state of Wisconsin didn't start the team's permit at the marina as requested, and instead started it at the interstate 2 miles away, it's off to check a potential low bridge before the trip begins in the morning. At first glance, the bridge looks plenty high enough. But with a $2 million yacht in their charge, the boys leave nothing to chance. Setting the pole to 16 feet 9 inches, Ian and Cross check the beams.
We're good.
And now, it's time for a little fun.
Let's go watch some baseball.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ground. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. Okay, if I never come back, 'cause
It's just a reminder again, look out for flying bats and balls at all times while the ballpark. Thank you.
You don't say.
That was a timely announcement.
Yes, sir.
Strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Take me out.
Way to go, Kingfish.
3 hours and 1 minute.
3 hours.
The winning pitcher goes to Cameron LeCune, and the loss going to Nate Blaine.
Good Lord, it was 3 hours.
Shelley.
After rooting on the home team to victory, it's time for the team to go get a good night's rest and get ready for the challenges that lie ahead.
Cheese is the best thing. Right. I haven't even had any. I know. While you're in the room, I just want to eat one myself. It's a good game. It was a good game. That's pretty entertaining. Between the cheese and the hell else it was. Pretty entertaining. My favorite part was the cheese.
Get some sleep, boys. You're going to need it.
Take me